There are potential openings from the set play for Perth Glory, whereas I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more intricacy from the Brazilian front trio for FC Tokyo. Former Perth Glory player and S-League and Malaysia League player PJ Roberts in the commentary. PJ, let's focus on FC Tokyo first. You made a comment at the end of the first half. There's more for them to improve on than there is for Perth Glory. What were you alluding to there?
I think a couple of aspects of their play. I think obviously it's very early in their overall season, so I do expect them to build momentum as they come into this game. But I think the fluidity in their play, particularly as they enter that attacking third, will improve. I think they've shown signs of it, but they're nowhere near at the level that they certainly should be at. And I also expect that midfield build-up play to improve as well. Perth Glory are tried and trusted. They've had a number of games already. You can see that match-specific fitness already shining through.
Diego Castro had a very good first half for Perth Glory. The Premiership champions, as they call them in Australia. They didn't win the postseason. It's their debut in the AFC Champions League, which one of the founding members and biggest clubs in Australian football comes a bit of a surprise, but they're the 8th Australian side to play at AFC Champions League level. And this their first match after the postponement for health reasons for the match against Chiangrai. And they're on the attack here with Kim Seo-byun. He's got 2 in the penalty area. The Uruguayan Formeroli is there, trying to pick it out. Arbe gets there first. Driving forward is Kilkenny. Kim Seo-byun. Christian Popovic, the teenage son of the coach. Onto Machela, who picked up a yellow card in the first half, and Grant outside to Kim. Grant, Castro. Gianese just couldn't get there. Left a foot in on both teams. Wholehearted player, Joel Gianese. This breaks to Moroshiga. Ogawa. Adeilton to his left. Here is the Brazilian Adeilton at pace. Thought he was just checked there by Greg Werthrick.
He really didn't fancy it. I'd like to see him just continue on, exploiting that space in behind the Glory defence. Something that FC Tokyo did look at doing in the early stages of that first half and found some joy. Didn't quite evolve like that as the game went on.
Diego Oliveira scored in the 1-1 draw against Ulsan. Gives the ball away there though. Popovic. Grant. Neatly played. Kilkenny. Castro. Lovely first touch. Means he can play the ball out wide. Adeilton. Credit to the Brazilian. Back defending. Trying to get forward now in support as Leandro picks out Adeilton. 2 in the penalty area. Plenty of Perth players back. Adeilton drives in towards the edge of the penalty area. Kim did well, and then Castro, who's got a free roll, is then dispossessed. Adeilton finds Ogawa. Leandro, Ogawa. Arbe. Neat and tidy football. Adeilton can't quite direct it back towards Leandro. Ogawa, well, scoops it out like a rugby player. Scrum half like there. Referee saw nothing untoward. Maybe it was my aging eyes. Ogawa. Takahagi. Nice football. Adeilton. Faced by Franic. That curves out for a goal kick.
Well, that was a better passage of play defensively from FC Tokyo, just really squeezing Glory in their own half, forcing Glory to give him the ball away cheaply on a couple of occasions. Asagawa will certainly expect more from his team in the second half. Popovic will certainly hope for much of the same. He would certainly appreciate a little bit more threat on the transition. Glory haven't really created any clear-cut opportunities. Saying that though, the FC Tokyo.
Diego, lovely turn. Leandro Diego's available. Doesn't quite get under control. Let's break out to Hashimoto. He forces Agawa wide. 4 blue shirts in the penalty area. 5 white shirts, and it's cleared by Tomislav Machela.
That's a good delivery. Difficult to defend. It's creeping in behind you. You're not sure of who's making a run behind you.
But nobody was. And therein lies a problem.
Exactly. Machela just forcing it out for a corner, because he is very much unknown about the movement behind.
Machela again imperious. They're a solid back three, aren't they, for Perth Glory? I am surprised that Tokyo haven't looked for an alternative route than the long high ball. Swerthrick then was out to a Daleton. Machela's in there. Swerthrick under pressure from Arbe. It's twice the little Arbe has felled the giant like Greg Swerthrick. He's had a terrific season after a slow start as Swerthrick, outstanding central defender.
They're a little bit deceiving, that back three. They do look physically imposing, but they are actually deceptively more mobile than what they initially appear, and they are comfortable on the ball as well.
Daleton. Just proving your point. Swerthrick happy to just take the ball out of the back four. Machela decides no nonsense. Liam Reddy says, if everyone else is going to play football, then I'm going to try as well. Problem is, Liam, it's the second one he's plonked out of play under pressure. Throw into FC Tokyo. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Said it would likely be cagey for the opening 20 minutes. It lasted opening 45 minutes as Diego. Again, lovely turn. Daleton. Arbe deflected. That will spin out for a corner kick for FC Tokyo, who are on the front foot in this second half.
Oh, he does well. Deflection just making it dangerous, but just probing, getting the ball into dangerous areas.
Watanabe strides forward. He and Morishige, they're 2 centre-backs. Hashimoto and a Daleton, who's won a couple of headers in there as well. Takahagi. That time they do go short. Buried it a little bit, and Agawa can look for and find a Daleton, who's closed down by Ivan Franjic. Arbe. Agawa flags up for offside against Ryo Agawa. Which is frustrating because he could see along the, well, I was going to call it the back four, but the back 6 as they pushed out. Director focusing on 2 of the big back 3. There's Takahagi, as he got the wherewithal to unlock that imposing defence as Machela drives it forward, offside against Joel Chianese. Let me give you the sides, haven't had much of a chance to do so far. For Perth Glory, Tony Popovic has Liam Reddy in goal, Greg Swerthrick, Tomislav Machela, who picked up a yellow card in shot, and Alex Grant along the back. Ivan Franjic, Neil Kilkenny, Christian Popovic and Kim Subion along the middle with Joel Chianese and Diego Castro in support of the Uruguayan Bruno Formaroli. Here's Chianese, Kilkenny, Popovic. Just help forward. Kim Subion. Kilkenny. Franjic. Popovic and Franjic. Joel Chiangrai, Kim, it's all neat and tidy and very tight. Eventually Franjic puts it into the penalty area. Watanabe. A daisy cutter to clear with the diving header. Diego trying to pick out Adeilton, puts it out of play.
He's had a solid game. There's young Popovic in the middle of the park. Just really trying to control that area there with Kilkenny.
Wurtuk. Nagawa's header. Abe, neat and tidy. Hashimoto, surrounded by white shirts, but picks out Abe. Abe was looking for Leandro. Leandro, to his credit, both he and Adeilton have worked really hard down either side. They've helped defensively. They've been the first line of defence up front.
Yeah, certainly not finding joy when in possession. We look at the shots, 8-2. Look at those 8 shots. Again, nothing that looks too terrifying for Liam Reddy in goals. They certainly do, because though they are aiming to up the intensity a little bit more as they're wanting to take control of the game.
Kilkenny's handed out his rough treatment in his time. I'm sure he doesn't mind taking a little bit back. As Tokyo begin to think about the changes to unlock this uncompromising Perth Glory defence. Adeilton putting pressure on Machela. Machela, as a good centre-back should do, no risks, puts the ball out for a corner, which will be their 8th of the match. 3rd already in this second half. Again, Watanabe and Adeilton and Morashiga available for Agawa to curl into. Adeilton again is the man who is closest to getting there. Even Franjic doing a good job on the Brazilian.
He certainly had to as well. It was very tight, but Adeilton once again. Franjic does well. Adeilton, for me, needs to be a little bit more aggressive on this. He's just kind of held off a little bit. He needs to be much more aggressive.
Agawa's trotted over to take the corner from the left-hand side. That one doesn't beat the front post. He'll have a second opportunity. Rather dipped on Joel Chiangrai. Corner number 9. Machela gets there and driven wastefully over by Yujiro Takahagi. If you're going to shoot from there, it's going to be one heck of an effort to find the back of the net.
I love that half volley. Just got it completely wrong.
And the change is probably the hardest working of the front three. Adeilton coming off. And Kazuya Kono comes on. Very different kind of a player, tricky, difficult to pick up. 22-year-old, just progressed up from the under-23 side. They do progress a lot of players from their junior sides to FC Tokyo. It is part of their club DNA. So Kono on the big stage and given the task maybe of a slightly change of shape as Takahagi moves into a number 10 role. I'll get you to comment on that, as that is back to Hayashi. Helped forward by Hashimoto, only as far as Kilkenny. Now then, Formeroli! It's into the side netting from the Uruguayan.
We just see Formeroli on that occasion just trying to manufacture space. Kilkenny just plays it into him, evades two sliding blocks just on this occasion, both players going to ground. It's just here where he would have been disappointed not to have hit the target. Does really well to create that space, needs to hit the target.
Well, he'll say he hit the back of the net. Ooh, Wutherick lets that one drop.
Oh, brilliant play. Right on that occasion, superb first touch.
An hour played. First move made by former Japan international Kenta Hasegawa. He was a hard-running midfielder in his day. Popovic making himself available. Castro decides, nah, I won't challenge Watanabe in the air. And it might break to Kono. Tiny figure, 5'1". Takahagi, Kono. It certainly brought the crowd to life as Agawa goes round the outside. Leandro, Agawa, Kono has shifted from right to left, will run at his defender. And Kono can't get the better of Joel Chianese. Franjic, closed down by Kono. Leandro. Again, Kono sets it up and the block comes in. Neil Kilkenny doing a sterling job there to deny Abe. And now Perth have a chance to break themselves. Castro, where's the support? Slow in arriving, eventually Kilkenny is there. Got choice left or right, chooses Formeroli. Formeroli straight into the grateful gloves of Hayashi.
Formeroli again, so dangerous in those areas, just couldn't get enough purchase on his strike. Real end-to-end entertaining football at the moment.
And it's Moroya who's was injured and they found themselves short-handed. Let's talk about the influence of Kazuya Kono. And there's no foul there at all from Kim, but Kono has come on and instantly invigorated the crowd, PJ Roberts, and that's invigorated the whole Tokyo aspect.
He's done very well, just getting into those dangerous areas, seeing a lot of the ball. Just his link-up play has been exceptional. Real strong impact off the bench, just to really try and maintain that momentum and that intensity, particularly when in possession. Keep the ball moving, keep recycling the ball, looking for that opening.
It's off Franjic. It'll be a throw into FC Tokyo. Ogawa. Hashimoto. Kono does well. Loose clearance. Invites Moroya to curl it one. It's beyond everybody.
Get Moroya. His delivery always threatening. Just marginally overhit that one, but incredibly dangerous. Kono coming on off the bench wearing the number 38. It's been a real live wire. Midfield area, just picking up the ball, linking up play, finding his teammates, just the conduit to keep the ball moving forward into dangerous areas. Always useful when the crowd enjoys it as well.
thumping challenge from Moroshiga. Chiangrai thought it was an illegal thumping challenge and has gone down. Felt this one. This is a foul. Not given.
It certainly is a foul. He's a little bit bemused, and so he should be. Honestly, how does the referee miss that?
That's how Popovic had their moments in the spotlight in good pro careers.
Tony Popovic actually playing for a few years in Japan before he made his way over to England. The early years of the J-League.
J-League now beyond the quarter of a century old. Remember all the hype when it first started. It's now a mature league. Finding some super teams. Agawa strides forward. Werthrick does well and then breaks to Arbe. Got there just before Christian Popovic.
Arbe had to pounce on it very quickly. Rebounded out to the edge of the 18-yard box. Just getting this down. Swung his foot at it. Got it all wrong.
Hashimoto foul on Castro. Second half possessional stats nearly 60-40 in favour of the home side. Kono lively finds Leandro. Leandro faced by a wall of white. That's deflected over for another corner. Perth Glory adamant that Diego Oliveira was offside when the pass was received to him by Leandro.
De Oliveira on that occasion just keeping it simple, having a touch, having a shot.
Defend with arms clasped behind their backs these days. Still the choir gives their support. Watanabe in there, Moroshiga in there. Again, 6 to aim for. Lovely whip header, and they can't pull it back in. I think it was Moroshiga at the near post who drove in. And at the far post, Takahagi unable to capitalise.
Well, it's a clever little flick on. Ball that near post. Goodness, that's an awful lot closer than what it initially appeared.
Popovic. Castro. Franjic. And again, space to cross, two in the penalty area. It's over for Maroli. Moroya's first touch was exquisite, and his second plays the ball into Kazuya Kono. Diego Oliveira looks to get a shot away if he can, instead finds Agawa. That's blocked, there's just too many white shirts there. Even Franjic heel with the block. Agawa. Second chance for Agawa. Little dink over the top and blade of grass trips Ababe.
It's difficult. It's played in behind, charging onto it at pace. Difficult to keep the ball down, keep it into play.
Got to confess, I've been a little bit disappointed by Perth Glory's lack of ambition in this second half.
Yeah, agreed. have certainly been on the back foot. FC Tokyo just raising the intensity, defending high up the park, breaking play down when Perth Glory are aiming to work their way forward. Just been stuck in a rut at the moment, Perth Glory. FC Tokyo really starting to get a stranglehold on this game.
Particularly since the change. Hilton going off, strong runner, replaced by the trickery of Kono. And the response is going to be a change for Perth. Nicholas Agostino, the latest boy wonder to come out of Australia. Castro, 36 years young. Castro, not the intended finish for him.
Obviously thinking that it was a corner kick. It did seem as though it got a slight deflection.
Indeed. Minutes to make an impact and thrill that dozen or so Perth Glory fans, as the Aussies have a corner and a real threat. They go short, which is possibly the wrong option, because there's a potential breakout. Now then, Diego's lost it. Takahagi. Oh, superb from Abe. And then having made a miraculous ball control, he then loses out. Chiangrai loses out himself. Now then, Kono. Worthrick steps in beautifully and then loses out to Abe. Takahagi. Outside of him, you've got Leandro. Kilkenny, then by Castro. The most attack-minded player, playing it right back at the moment, Perth Glory's Diego Castro. Kono, Ogawa. Takahagi takes it on a pace. Worthwick clears. Abe just beaten to it by Christian Popovic. Franjek belts it clear. There's only one player remotely up front, and that's Bruno Formaroli. 11 corners to 2. Nearly 60-40 possessional stats in the second half. It was a bit tighter in the first. Ogawa, but still no goals. Ogawa. Again, Worthrick does well. And Takahagi. That simulation. He's going to have a talking, nothing more.
See the reaction here earlier on.
Same blade of grass that took out Abe before. There's Abe's earlier control.
Brilliant control. He is very special.
So the Agostino comes on for Joel Chiangrai.
It's promising that first half. Real lively runner. Certainly didn't see anywhere near as much of ball as he would have liked. As has that front three for Perth Glory. They've really had to dig in deep in this second half and really focus on their defensive duties. Agostino will certainly look to come on and aim to have a similar impact as Kono did for FC Tokyo, just to get on the ball, just to keep possession, bounce it back into midfield when the ball's played into his feet, and just aim to allow Perth Glory to have a little bit more possession in their attacking half. They've been starved of that at the moment.
Big Brimmer, central midfielder, also poised to come on for Perth Glory, as another long ball is easily dealt with by Grant. Kilkenny on to Castro. Popovic, Castro. And again, the Spaniard. Free kick. Abe penalised. There is going to be a change now for Perth Glory. There wasn't a lot of contact, but the referee is explaining there was just a pull on the arm. I think that's fair enough, and the change is going to be, as expected, Christian Popovic off, and the more experienced Jake Brimmer coming on.
He's had a good shift as young Popovic in the middle of the park. Certainly looks come on and just to provide another layer of intensity in that midfield area. It's going to be a long, arduous remaining time in this game for Perth Glory. They're certainly being forced on the back foot. They'll be looking at trying to keep a little bit more possession and play a little bit more of the game in FC Tokyo's half.
Well, Brimmer immediately interested in the free kick. So you've got the experienced Castro or the less experienced Brimmer interested. Ball being told to move back another half a metre. Behind the Diego Castro. Straight into the wall.
It's all a bit of an anti-climax.
Brimmer's first contribution is to play the ball into Leandro inadvertently. Diego. Well defended, Neil Kilkenny. The London twang. Magawa looks for Takahagi.
Takahagi unorthodox on the header. He just seemed to overrun it, and all of a sudden he's found himself with his back towards goal and just aimed to kind of flick it on behind himself. Clever little attempt. Well, it really is down to FC Tokyo to unlock the deadlock. They're dominating in all areas of the park at the moment.
Kim Soo-byun, though, coming the other way. Castro. Lovely ball out to Franick. Claims for a handball by Ivan Franick. Referee not interested. Wernrick, who's been outstanding.
De Oliveira hasn't had a lot of room to move. We'll see Franick, this ball from Castro, he's aimed to take it early. He's mishit it.
Can't give that. Didn't give that.
Well, certainly seen them given for potentially can appear an awful lot worse than that.
Former Perth Glory midfielder PJ Roberts with the analysis of today's game. Ironically, on the halfway line, Takahagi, for a less obvious handball, he's penalised.
Exactly, I'm not even quite sure what a
No,
handball is these days. VAR, have a look at it, and I'm still slightly perplexed in some of these decisions.
Takahagi, Leandro. Do you see a goal in this game, PJ Roberts?
Oh, I'd like to say yes, Des, but the way that both teams have kind of nullified each other in defence, we thought with that pressing, the openness that we were starting to see in the middle of the park, we'd start to see a few more opportunities, but both teams have just been resolute defensively and just haven't given each other a sniff. So still enough time to go in this game, and you do expect if there is one good chance that there's enough quality on the park for someone to take it.
Here's Kono, trying to manufacture a bit of brilliance. Kono took on his player. Alex wins a corner kick. We're into double digits now,
Kono,
beyond
brilliant.
double digits.
This just stands him up one-on-one. All of Grant's long legs needing to sneak in there. There's that moment of brilliance. She's just expecting, almost wanting, urging someone to get on the ball and create a little moment of brilliance. The game's really yearning for it.
Change of tactic. Kono drives near post. Again, Taylor did just enough. Agawa. Machela in there. Breaks for Kim Subiam. FC Tokyo have made the round of 16 in both of their previous AFC Champions League appearances. And arguably this is the best team they've ever put into the Champions League, as Agawa denied by a stunningly good Worthrick sliding challenge.
You can just see that they're just a little bit rusty going forward. Defensively, very solid, giving very little away, but just get forward, that fluidity of their play is not quite there.
Season start to the weekend, long range shot. Liam Reddy dives, but knew was always going wide as Moroya, who's had a quieter second half, the first half, the marauding fullback.
He was brilliant in that first half. Absolutely brilliant. His ability to get forward. Always difficult to defend when you've got an overlapping wide fullback who's going to track the runner. He did find himself in space on a number of occasions, and his distribution into the box was exceptional. That's exactly what D'Agostino has been brought on for. Collecting the ball to his feet, showing forward, just drawing a foul, allows Perth Glory to shift players forward, aim to keep some possession in their opponent's half. Castro's got to be stronger on the ball there.
Kono again just looks to jink inside onto his left foot. Moroshiga had made a run forward, the centre back, and he's stayed up front as Moroshiga. Moroya, Kono. Hashimoto, second chance. Takahagi, Moroya's ball, dealt with by Franic. Leandro has a chance to maybe stand up Ivan Franic. Instead finds Hashimoto. Leandro, bit of space, Leandro! What a goal! What a strike from Leandro! 81st minute. Tokyo, that late lead, courtesy a stunning strike.
Brilliant finish, absolutely brilliant. The game was yearning out for some absolute quality around the 18-yard box. Leandro, who sees initially involved in the build-up play, just holds his run on the edge of the box, gets it out of his feet, and then just clips it into that far post. There's not an awful lot of pace on the strike, just tremendous accuracy. As it clips it up there, it did seem as though it got a little deflection that just helped it on its way over Liam Reddy of D'Agostino's thigh, but brilliant finish nevertheless.
26-year-old was good enough to make one Brazilian full international appearance, and he showed exactly why there. That's a stunning strike. You could see he was chasing it, but the execution astonishingly good. Now then, completely different game this final 8 minutes for Perth Glory. They've been able to sit back, make life difficult. It worked for 81.5 minutes until the Venezuelan-born Brazilian international scored this gem.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely superb. Certainly helped on its way just by that little deflection, which just eluded him ready in goals. But Perth Glory, the remaining minutes of this half, certainly aimed to create an opportunity for themselves. They hadn't had enough clear-cut opportunities, not really necessarily from a desire to sit back and absorb. They just haven't been able to get enough possession and force their way forward.
So Perth Glory's AFC Champions League debut at the moment could end in defeat. It might mean 4 points out of 6 for Tokyo. Win at home, lose away, has a draw away. That's the way you're going to guarantee yourself a place in the knockout stages, the round of 16. Grant, D'Agostino, Kilkenny, Brimmer, touch from Fumaroli. Hayashi. There's only been one attempt on target by Perth Glory. Kim over the top. Morashiga. Oh, that's poor defending. Bruno Fumaroli looking to spin and turn. There will be a corner kick for Perth Glory.
Well, that's been the real challenge, Des, just creating opportunities for Perth Glory. They'll look to certainly take advantage of a set piece. Good options, the likes of Grant. In particular, I expect all central defenders to step up and support Marcella with Rick as well.
So Michela's up there, Grant in the middle, Worthrick. D'Agostino making life difficult as well for the goalkeeper. Michela beaten in the air by Morashiga. It'll come straight back, I think, though, from Ivan Franjic. Now Hayashi's got to be cool and is confident under the high ball. Abe. Hashimoto. Leandro. Now, of course, full of running. Little step over. Tries to win the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Brimmer did just enough. Kilkenny. What's the options for Neil Kilkenny? To bundle his way into earning a foul is the option that he takes.
It's actually a really clever breakdown of play. FC Tokyo, as we have seen, have got stronger and stronger as this game has gone on.
Castro. Free kick. Pomeroli brought down, and this is a little closer to goal. This is what you would call a genuine shooting chance from the free kick for Perth Glory.
This is where Fornaroli is at his very best. That is just very naive. You don't need to get that close. You know that Fornaroli is going to be looking for a foul. He uses his strength very well, but it does give them an opportunity from a reasonable position.
Watanabe is a young defender, just 23, and showing that little bit of inexperience there. As you say, be strong, but don't put in a foot. Don't give the referee a chance to give the free kick. And Bruno and Brimmer are lining this one up, a 4-man wall, and just to make sure that they don't go underneath the wall, there's an interesting build-up. It's into the top of the wall. Oh, that's a strong challenge from Jake Brimmer. Diego felt that.
That's a correct decision. Referee has made there. Brimmer, it's not a eyes on the ball whatsoever.
Not much sympathy there from Raku Baki, the Omani referee. He reckons it's a foul, but I don't know, he's turned away from the ball, Jake Brimmer.
You certainly can't blame anyone for throwing yourself at those 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 challenges in the dying minutes of a game when you're chasing the game.
He was at Liverpool as a kid, was Brimmer, spent some time. And a change now as Diego Oliveira is to be replaced. And it's a defensive change. The Lebanese Duan Omari comes on. A new signing this season. And I think it tells you that Kenta Hasegawa says 1-0 will do us very nicely. We'll try and hold on for the remaining Well, 2 minutes plus time to be added on. And even Franjic is taken off as well, to be replaced by another Popovic. This is the 16-year-old Gabriel Popovic. Well, nothing like a bit of big game experience. You're 1-0 down, a couple of minutes to go away from home. Come on, son, literally, see what you can do. To the final minute of the 90. 1-0 the score. A wonderful, wonderful goal from Leandro. Three minutes for Perth Glory to try to take something out of their AFC Champions League debut as Kilkenny slides away from one challenge and another, eventually smuggles it out. Popovic has moved to the left-hand side. Castro, there's a handball there against Hashimoto. Castro wants to get on with it quickly. Happy to defend for the most part for the first 80 minutes, Perth. Castro. Kim. Castro. Rimmer. Castro. Kim, 4 to aim for. Kim tries to pick out Castro.
Castro obviously very heavily marked again. You can see what an important player is for Perth Glory, but just on that occasion where there's not a lot left in the game, really trying to work it into the box a little bit earlier.
Really good performance from Shuto Abe, to be replaced by Kyosuke Tagawa. Easy to pick out with the non-natural blonde hair. Maybe it is. Four points out of 6 is a lovely return from an away match against Ulsan and your first home game.
It's a great return, and your domestic season hasn't even started yet. Outstanding return. See, Tokyo will certainly get stronger as the group stage goes on.
Machela steps in. Popovic can't hold on to the ball. And the flag is up for offside. Referee blows the whistle. We're into the final 45 seconds now for Perth. Popovic was brought on as a focal point for long balls maybe being played forward. Instead, Werthrick still waiting for Machela. And it's short. Kono, his introduction really changed the game in favour of FC Tokyo. It really gave them a bit of impetus in this second half, PJ.
It certainly did. Excellent impact from the bench, getting on the ball lively. His link-up play, exactly as he's demonstrated there, has been brilliant.
He'll take it into the corner, Kono. And he's the last Tokyo player to touch the ball. And rather appropriate, a very good cameo half hour from Kazuya Kono. And a wonderful goal from Leandro. Mean that FC Tokyo are unbeaten after 2 matches in the AFC Champions League. They've dominated possession. They've had more shots. Hasegawa's team have been more adventurous than Popovic's Perth Glory, who sat back perhaps a little bit too much. PJ Robertson have paid the price, conceding a late goal in a 1-0 defeat.
Found it difficult in that second half. Perth Glory, FC Tokyo just raising the intensity, better field position and possession in dangerous areas. No real clear-cut opportunities from either team though, so plenty of areas for improvement from both teams.
But a brilliant winner from Leandro.